A wife left her husband with her kids for 15 years. When she returned, she was shocked. In the small, picturesque town of Glenville, Sarah Thompson had once lived a seemingly perfect life. Married to Mark Thompson, a loving and dedicated husband, and mother to 2 young children, Emily and Jake, she had everything she could have wished for. However, as the pressures of everyday life mounted, Sarah found herself feeling increasingly stifled and yearning for a sense of freedom and self-discovery she had never experienced. One fateful night, without a word to her family, she left. For 15 years, Sarah traveled the world, chasing dreams and pursuing adventures. She sent postcards occasionally, but she never looked back, believing that Mark and the kids would move on and build a life without her. Mark, devastated by Sarah's sudden departure, had no choice but to pick up the pieces. He devoted himself to raising Emily and Jake, instilling in them the values of resilience, love, and forgiveness. Despite the heartache, Mark managed to build a stable and nurturing environment for his children, supported by the close-knit community of Glenville. As the years passed, Emily and Jake grew into remarkable young adults. Emily, now a successful artist, channeled her emotions into her vibrant and evocative paintings. Jake, inspired by his father's unwavering dedication, pursued a career in medicine, determined to help others as his father had helped him and his sister. One crisp autumn morning, Sarah stood at the edge of Glenville, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and anticipation. She had returned, hoping to find some semblance of the family she had left behind. As she walked through the familiar streets, memories flooded back, each step heavy with the weight of her choices. When Sarah finally reached her old home, she hesitated, her hand trembling as she knocked on the door. Mark answered, his eyes widening in shock. Time had changed them both, but the connection was undeniable. Before words could be exchanged, Emily and Jake appeared behind their father, their faces a mix of surprise and apprehension. Sarah's voice cracked as she spoke. "I'm sorry for leaving. I thought I needed to find myself, but I realize now what I truly lost." Emily stepped forward, her eyes filled with a mixture of pain and understanding. "We've built a life without you, Mom, but that doesn't mean there's no place for you now." Jake, ever the peacemaker, nodded. "Dad taught us about forgiveness. We can start over, but it won't be easy." Over the following months, Sarah slowly rebuilt her relationships with her family. She attended Emily's art exhibitions and volunteered at the local clinic where Jake worked. Mark, though cautious, extended his hand in friendship, understanding that forgiveness was a journey for them all. In time, Sarah discovered that the family she had once abandoned had grown stronger in her absence. They had faced the challenges of life head-on, emerging resilient and united. And as Sarah integrated into this new dynamic, she found a deeper sense of self than she had ever known on her travels. In the end, it was not the adventures that defined Sarah, but the love and forgiveness of her family that truly brought her home.